Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We completed fungi previous class and today we'll complete virus, virions and lichens. With that we'll finish the second chapter. And after that you can either ask me to go for human physiology or I can continue with Plantae and Animalia. Personally, I like human physiology. So yeah, let me know in the comment section which one you want. Alright, so let's start with virus, virions and lichens. The first thing is, why are viruses and virioids known as acellular organisms? देखो यार, you can consider one thing as a living organism or a living organism basically only if it has a particular cell structure, okay? But viruses and virioids, they don't have a cell structure. Outside any living thing's body, suppose outside a human's body or outside an animal's body, viruses are basically just crystalline structures which don't have any life in them. But when they enter the human body or any other living organism's body, they use the mechanism of our body and our cells to replicate. So इनमें क्या होता है कि viruses, they have certain genetic material but they don't have a cell structure. So they use our mechanism for replication in order to replicate their genetic material, and that shows effects on us. Like, you know, लोग कहते रहते हैं viral fever हो गया, अभी coronavirus. So yeah, we're going to learn about viruses and we're done with this. Let's just talk about the scientists that were involved in the discovery of virus. Okay, so we'll talk about the scientists. There are basically 4 scientists involved when we talk about viruses, 4 main, which you have to learn. First one is Pasteur. Pasteur named this as virus, and virus translates to venom or poisonous fluid. So that's Pasteur's contribution. Now DJ Ivanovsky, so what he did was, he recognized that tobacco jo plant hai na, it's affected by a certain disease. And this disease causing organism is smaller than a bacteria. So he identified those organisms as virus. And how he found out that these are smaller than a bacteria is by passing it through a bacterial proof filter. Matlab, any organism which is smaller than a bacteria can pass through the filter. So he found out that viruses are smaller than bacteria. So we're done with DJ Ivanovsky. The third one, that is M.W. Bettering. So what he did was, I talked about the tobacco plants. So they took this infected tobacco plant, uska extract liya, and they gave it to a healthy plant. So matlab is extract mein it contains the virus, right? So this virus infected the healthy plant too. And so he gave the phrase Contagium vivum fluidum, which means infectious liquid or infectious viral liquid. Come to W.M. Stanley. Now what W.M. Stanley did was, he was able to crystallize virus. That means outside the body of a host. So outside the body of a host, virus is just an inert crystal. Inert matlab, inert gases, they don't react. Similarly, virus has no life outside the body of a host, and that's why it's an obligate parasite. That means it needs a parasite for sure. And it needs a host for sure. And that's it about the scientists. Now let's go on to the genetic. Okay, also this is the tobacco mosaic virus. I tried drawing it, but it's an NCRT, and we'll talk about the genetic composition of this virus now. Okay, now let's come to the genetic composition. So jab W.M. Stanley he crystallized the virus outside a host, then what he observed was that it's completely made up of proteins. Largely the virus is made up of protein, but along with protein, virus also has a genetic component. And this genetic component is the one which is infectious. So it can either have DNA or RNA, but a virus can't have both DNA and RNA at the same time. Now if you look at a virus that infects plants, that can be either single-stranded RNA. Dekho, when you come to the next few chapters, you'll know that DNA is double-stranded, okay? But RNA is single-stranded. There are several reasons for that. We'll come to that. But again, yeah. So plants ko jo infect karta hai virus, that has single-stranded RNA. But animals ko infect karne wala virus has either single-stranded RNA or double-stranded RNA or double-stranded DNA. Now bacteriophages. Now bacteriophages is this one term you're going to come across like very often in your 11th and 12th biology. Bacteriophages are those viruses that infect bacteria, and these are mostly made up of double stranded DNA. And उसका structure basically ऐसे होता है. This is the tobacco mosaic virus, and this is a bacteriophage. So it contains a proteinaceous sheath which protects the nucleic material. ये proteinaceous sheath है, okay, it's known as a capsid, and capsid is made up of these chotu capsomeres, and it has the infectious genetic material inside this, है ना? So you have a capsid, you have the genetic material, and that's mostly what viruses are made up of. There are a few diseases caused by viruses, and also learn these both diagrams. They might ask for labeling or even drawing, mostly bacteriophage ka. Okay, yeah, and the diseases caused by viruses in humans, you know a lot of them. AIDS, you have herpes, you have normal viral fever, and plants mein you have leaf curling, the tobacco mosaic disease, and you have stunted growth. So there are several examples which are given in your textbook. You have to learn all of them if you are aiming to score full. Okay, now that is done. Let's come to viroids and lichen. So in 1971, T.O. Diener discovered a new kind of particle known as viroid. Now this was smaller than viruses, and it caused tobacco spindle tuber disease, and it has only RNA. मतलब उसमें जो protein coat है virus में, it doesn't have the protein coat. So basically virus minus protein will give you a viroid. Okay, and obviously इसका जो RNA है, the DNA the genetic material का content, it has a lower molecular weight than those compared to virus. So that's about viroids. Let's come to lichens. Lichens is something you've learned in 10th grade or 9th, I don't remember, but yeah, you've learned it. It's the symbiotic relationship between algae and fungi. Symbiotic relationship matlab these two organisms, they are interdependent. Matlab they live in a mutualistic relationship जिसमें both are benefited. For example, lichens में fungi part is known as mycobiont, and this fungi part provides shelter, whereas the algal part is known as phycobiont, and this algal part provides nutrition because algae are photosynthetic, but fungi are heterotrophic, so they depend on algae for their food. And that's all about lichens and viroids. So yeah, we're done with chapter 2 also. And next chapter, I hope I can start human physiology, or if you want me to go with Plantae, then yeah, do let me know. Thank you for watching. Please share it with everyone you know. And yeah, see you guys.